Welcome back to the podcast, you guys. Hope you guys have been having a great day. Hopefully your weekend and your week's been good. Christmas is coming up. Christmas is definitely coming up, so hopefully you guys got something planned for the holidays. Now, if you don't, that's okay. That's okay. You got me. So, I'm going to keep releasing these episodes. Hope you guys are enjoying them. Today's topic is actually close to heart. I've been thinking for a few days. Now, what have I been thinking, you guys? Social media. I've been putting some thought into this, a little reflection, a little thought, and I've decided on my own terms that it might be time for me to throw away my social media. And by throw away, I mean delete that motherfucker. Now, hear me out. Social media is alright if you're using it for the right reasons. But I think, and this is a thought, no scientific background on this one, I think that about 90% of people are using it, not necessarily using it wrong or using it in a negative way. I just think it's negatively impacting 80 to 90% of people. Now, I was discussing this with one of my friends, and I was telling them, again, there's a quote that says, I don't know exactly who says it, but comparison is the thief of joy. And people say when you're on social media, the reason why some people get sad or upset from social media is because you're comparing yourself to another person's lifestyle. So, for instance, Dan Bilzerian. I'm sure that everyone listening to this podcast knows who Dan Bilzerian is, but if you don't, I'll explain. It's a guy who's in his maybe early 40s, in good shape, and he has a lot of money, a great huge mansion house. He shoots guns all the time, always has beautiful women around him, all these great things, lots of money, again, all this stuff. And when you look at that on social media and you see the pictures, you see the videos, you think, okay, this is this guy's life. Why is my life not that? You know, what can I do to make my life like that? And again, it's this comparison. When you're using these comparisons that are not only unfair, but they're just weird, you start to gain a sadness, a slow increasing sadness every time you see someone's lifestyle that you don't have. And you start to gain resentment, jealousy. It brings out a lot of negative traits. And, you know, my friend said back to me, but Landon, I don't compare myself to these people. I just like looking at it. And I told him, I don't think that most people are really looking at it and comparing themselves. I think it's a subconscious thing. It's a subconscious thing that happens below the depth of a thought process, right? It's happening, but you don't know it. So you don't even know you're comparing yourself, but your brain's doing it regardless when you see these things. And it's not something, I don't, maybe it's not biological, but I feel like it's a normal mind response to see what someone else has and then compare it and then go from there. And so again, on the social media and from my thinking, I've decided that I want to delete my Instagram, my Snapchat, and that's really all the social media I have other than Twitter. But again, Twitter is something that I use to build my own business and something that I enjoy. I enjoy interacting with people. So again, if you guys are on Twitter, you guys would like to connect, my Twitter link's down below. I like to tweet out a lot of philosophical stuff. I like to write. I like to tweet out information that I learn, and whether it's nutritional, lifestyle management, psychology, again, philosophy. I like to tweet a lot of great stuff, so go ahead and follow me there. But anyways, I use my Twitter in a positive way, and I would really hope that for you guys, start to think what you're using your social media for. I have probably spent a total of probably days, maybe even weeks on my social media in terms of time, just because of endless scrolling. And I'm sure you guys understand this. Let's say you're on your phone, you click open Instagram or Snapchat, you go, you refresh, you check your friend's stuff, right? Then you close it, put your phone down for a second, pick your phone back up, open it again, click the same thing, refresh, and do it all over again. And it becomes a habit. You build a hard set in habit of just wasting time, wasting away, when you could be doing other great things like interacting with your real friends, and I'm going to get to that, interacting with your real friends, creating a business, creating some kind of value, reading, learning, growing as a person, expressing gratitude. You can be doing all these great things. And again, back to fake friends. Now, I don't think that social media necessarily means you have fake friends, but I realized that I was more, what's the word? I was more in tune, and I cared more about what people thought of me on my social media than my close friends, which I found odd. Why would I care about people's thoughts and opinions about me? And it's not like I was posting anything controversial on my social media. It's pretty much, it was just pictures of me, or pictures of me in different settings, or me kickboxing, or me at the gym. And so again, I wasn't posting anything crazy, but I just feel like people's thoughts and opinions were slowly finding their way into my brain, and it was making me rethink, the purpose of what I'm using it for. And again, I want to reemphasize that I hope that you guys kind of take some time out of your day and think about not only social media, but the people you surround yourself with, the activities that you partake in, the hobbies that you have. Think about what you're doing, and if it is truly a good use of your time, because as we know, time is finite. You only have limited time on this earth, and hopefully you have the privilege of growing old, but if you don't, you're hoping that you're doing these activities that are going to better you in some sense. And again, social media is just it's like fake living. Why would you be doing something fake online that's not really it creates problems, especially in young people. I saw girls, since I'm fairly young, I saw girls from my old high school who have adopted the mindset of how infiltrated social media gets to them. And these young kids, especially girls, are so affected by their following count. It's just toxic. It's so toxic. I think that, again, social media, I guess it comes back to capitalism. Capitalism, you want to build a business that's going to get the most revenue. It's going to gain the most clicks. It's going to get the most attention. And it's like processed food. It tastes good, and these companies are making tons of it because people are buying so much of it, but it has additives and addictions in it, like sugar and processed carbs and all these things, that natural flavors, natural preservatives, that make the food addictive and makes you want it more. And it's the same thing with social media. These companies have developed a program that essentially is playing on all of your psychological cues, trying to bring you in and hold you captive. And I don't want to make this like it's us against social media, but I just want you guys, again, to think about your social media use and if it's the best thing for you. Again, you guys can control your social media use. Maybe take it down a few notches per week and slowly get rid of it, or just get rid of it altogether. But again, if you're using it for good things, and if you feel like you'll lose connections with certain people, then just get their number. I think you guys should be building a smaller knit group of people that there's more camaraderie and friendship in it than just having a big outsource of friends on a social media platform. And this is the same thing for Snapchat. I was using Instagram as the main indicator, but again, it comes back to Snapchat as well. It's just a matter of what you use, and those are the things that you should be paying attention to. Snapchat, I don't think, is as interruptive or problematic as, let's say, Instagram would be. But again, all these platforms, they're preying on you, and they're wanting you to partake in the whole social media aspect in its entirety all the time, constantly. I was reading some study that talked about how Twitter DMs, they use like this psychology behind it, and it pretty much just keeps you addicted to it. And again, I feel like I'm just rambling on here about the same things, but guys, take some time out of your day, reflect, think about these big monopolies, these big companies, and the things that they're building. Most of the stuff that big companies are putting out are probably not so healthy. So big companies that are putting out processed garbage food, not good. Big companies that are putting out these products like social media platforms, not good. These companies that were putting out when BPA used to be in our plastics, they were putting that out. And I'm sure there's not malicious intent in it. They're just trying to make money at the end of the day. So I don't want you guys, again, to demonize these companies. But, again, it's capitalism, and they want to make their money, and they know the best way to make their money is to get you guys addicted. So just be aware of it. Just be conscientious and understand that that's what's happening. Thank you guys for listening. Think about it. Have a great day, you guys.